Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so let's make a chart. So y squared, x, so this is mod 4, x cubed minus 6 mod 4. This is like just to get us off the ground.
Why mod 4? Just because that's
By experimentation, and this helps.
I do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Y can be 0, 1, 2, or 3. X can be 0, 1, 2, or 3, right? So that makes y squared 0, 1, 0, 1, right? And then I'll let you do this calculation. It's not that much. It's 3, 0, 3, 2. Now notice, what does that tell you about x? So if there is a solution, x has to be congruent to 1 mod 4, right? Look, because that's the only thing that gives us something over here, right? Like, look, no, not even that. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right, because those are the only quadratic residues. But like, the only thing on this list that's also on this list is the 0, but that only occurs when x is 1, right? That's it. Okay?
Whoa.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Wait, so and this
So y is 0 or 2?
Wait, and so this tells us that.
Yeah, so y is 0, 2. We'll get to that later.
Wait, so but what is? How can we? This is by the stuff we just went over in the last video. It's like that was a lot of information.
No, this is just by,
This is the stuff you were doing yesterday.
I don't know, like you need something in this column to be equal to something in this column. Because like, look, that's two sides of the equation. Wait, sorry, this should be plus 11. That's my bad. That should be plus 11. Yeah, that should be plus 11. So something in this column has to be equal to something in this column.
Right, so all we're doing is just finding
Yeah, but
quadratic residue.
that only occurs when x is 1.
X is 1, right?
Yeah.
Because we can just choose x and y, so we don't have them to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, no, x and y are not equal.
Yeah. So we can just choose.
Yeah,
any given x and y.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So good. So that means x is 1 mod 4. Now we're going to do this. Now y squared plus 16 is the same thing as x cubed plus 27. Why 27? Because it's a perfect cube. And we can do sum of cubes formula.
No.
So what does the sum of cubes formula give you here? X plus 3, x squared minus 9x, minus 3x plus 9.
It's like the opposite of difference of cubes.
Yeah. Now, we want to make sure this boy is bigger than 1.
Which one? X plus 3? Or that?
This one.
Oh.
So look, x squared minus 3x plus 9 is the same thing as x minus 3 halves squared plus 27 over 4. Completing the square. You'll believe me, just by completing the square, that's what you get.
Oh, to try and.
So this is bigger than 1, which means it has a prime factor. So it has a prime factor p. Right? We got to get it bigger than 1. I guess we could get it less than negative 1.
So what is?
But this was less than negative 1, so we can't do that actually.
Like zoomed out, I know you have like the whole proof in front of you, but we need a prime factor. We're doing that because of those rules on the.
Yeah, because like check it out. If we reduce this mod the prime factor, we're going to have negative 16 a quadratic residue. Right?
And that's not possible.
Well, we'll show that that gives us some issue. Okay. So now reduce mod that prime factor. We get y squared plus 16 is congruent to 0 mod p, which is equivalent to y squared is negative 16 mod p. Right? It's got to be. But that tells us that what? That tells us that negative 16 by p is equal to 1, the Legendre symbol, right? Because that's the question, are you a quadratic residue? And this is a quadratic residue. But now we can do the splitteroo. This is minus 1 by p, 16 by p. Is 16 a perfect square?
Yeah.
Yeah, always. Like if you have a perfect square in the numerator, it's always a perfect square. Like that's 1, right? So this gives us just the Legendre symbol 1 by p, which tells us p is congruent to what? Yeah, 1 mod 4.
Which is what we had over there. Or is that-
No, yes, that was x though.
Oh.
This is the prime.
The prime that we're factoring out of the perfect square of x, or the completed square of x.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to get two things that are not reasonable to occur together. Okay? So let's look at this. So all primes dividing x squared minus 3x plus 9 are congruent to 1 mod 4, which tells us that x squared minus 3x plus 9 is also congruent to 1 mod 4, just by its prime factorization, right? Its prime factorization is things that are only 1 mod 4. You multiply a bunch of stuff that's 1 mod 4, what is it? 1 mod 4. Okay, so that's fact number 1. Fact number 2 is that x was congruent to 1 mod 4. But that tells us that x squared minus 3x plus 9 is congruent to what? So we're calculating the congruence of this quadratic object two different ways.
Oh, and they're going to be contradictory.
Yeah, so what's that?
1 minus 3, negative 2, plus 9, 7.
3.
So it's 1 and negative 1 again.
3 mod 4. But like, look.
Which means that there are no solutions.
Which means there are no solutions. Because if there are solutions, then you have a number that's simultaneously 1 and 3 mod 4.